Hi everybody, my name is Noelle and welcome back to my yoga channel. Today's practice we're going to do a slow flow yoga class, and basically we're going to do a lot of soft poses as well as strengthening poses. So if you have two blocks, these would be the blocks that we use in yoga generally. You can use it at any level. So this is the lowest, if you place your hand here, and medium here, and then the biggest here. And you always want flat hands. If you have flat hands, then that means your palms are pressing down and your shoulders are able to engage and move down your back. So always watch out for that. So no tippy fingers. Also, we're gonna do some binds behind our, well, actually one bind behind our back. If you can interlace your fingers behind your back, then that already works for you. You can also use towels as a prop from home, or a yoga strap, which is your robe strap, or a scarf, things like that. So, all right, well, I hope you enjoy this practice and I will see you on your mat. Thanks. All right, everybody. Hi, let's go ahead and get started. Let's come to child's pose. Big toes touch, knees slightly wide, reaching the arms long, and let the forehead lay down on the mat. Taking cleansing breaths in through the nose, and exhaling it out of the mouth. And throughout this practice, you keep your eyes, your focus, everything within on the breath and the sound of the breath, really constricting the back of the throat, that heavy whisper sound. Coming over to the right, reaching your arms over, feeling something on the left. That side body stretch, bringing the air down through the lungs and really controlling it as you exhale, and move over to the other side, feeling again something on the right. Beginning to quiet the mind and allow the body to communicate to you. Coming back to center. And moving up to all four, bringing the toes directly behind the knees. And we're going to begin to move through cat and cows. So opening the chest and then rounding the spine. There's really no right or wrong to move through cat and cows. You're just allowing the spine to have arching and to have rounding. Feel the breath. Wrist stretches if you'd like. I'm flipping my fingers towards my knees and having a forearm stretch. Anything goes here as you begin this practice. Setting up for spinal balance, we're going to extend the left leg out behind us, in line, heel in line with glute. Reach the right arm, and then exhale, tap the floor, and then rise back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale, rise. Exhale, tap. Inhale, rise. Place the right palm down and bring that left knee close to your nose for cheetah. Push through the right shin. Extend, feel long. Bend the left knee, and we're opening a little back bend here. Find length again, and we're going to round the spine for cheetah. Inhale, find length. Exhale, bend the knee, push the floor away, opening the chest. Inhale, find length, and exhale, cheetah. We're going to stay here for cheetah. We're going to breathe a full cycle of breath. Push the palms into the earth to really round the spine. Inhaling, find length. Pull the belly in. Exhale, bend that knee and open the chest. Press the floor away with the right shin. Inhale, find length. And exhale, bring that left knee down. And you can move through cat and cows. You can come to child's pose for a breath. Just to reset, moving to the other side. Extend that right leg long, reach the left arm long. Inhale and exhale, tap. Inhale, exhale, tap. Inhale and exhale. Find length. Go ahead and bring the left palm down directly underneath the shoulder. Spread the fingers. Exhale, cheetah. Push the left shin into the floor. Inhale, find length. We're going to bend the right knee. We're pushing the ceiling with that foot. Inhale, find length. Exhale, round the spine. Pull the right knee in. Coming back, find length. Exhale, open the chest. Press the foot into the ceiling. Find length. Exhale, curl in. Hold here. That full cycle of breath. Really make that breath smooth and easy. Listen for it. Inhale, find length. Don't rush that when you come out. Exhale, bend that knee, open. Feel the breath enter through the collarbones. Make everything feel light. Extend, and then bring the knee down. Sit back on the heels, or you can tuck your toes and then sit back on the heels. And just roll out the wrists, interlacing the fingers, and rolling the wrist around. And then coming to a high plank pose. You can always come to the knees, shoulders directly over wrist, and exhale, down dog. Walking out the down dog. Make sure your shoulders are moving towards the hips, not towards your ears. Really growing the neck. Come high on the toes and pivot the heels over towards the right. Bend the right knee if you'd like. Come high on the toes and exhale, move the heels over towards the left. Bend that left knee if you'd like, but keep the heels flat. Best effort. Coming back through center and down dog. Inhale, high plank pose, squeeze the glutes. Gaze forward, press through the palms, and lower all the way down to the belly. You always have the option to come towards your knees. We're going to inhale for cobra, just lifting the chest, and then exhale, rest the forehead down. Inhale, open the chest, looking up. Exhale, coming back down. One more cobra. Now legs are strong, toes are pushing. Squeeze your glutes, open the chest. Push the palms into the earth to grow the torso. Exhale. Tuck the toes, gaze forward, high plank pose. And down dog. And walking the feet all the way to your hands for a forward fold. Go ahead and bring the feet hip distance apart. And this is where you're going to interlace the fingers behind your back. You want to press the palms towards each other. So if you are grabbing on a strap, a towel, you want to keep the palms facing each other. And slowly start beginning to open the shoulders with your breath. Slight bend in the knee. Really allow the breath to go through the low back. Go ahead and release. We're going to inhale halfway, bring the feet together. Exhale, fold. Look for length in the front side of the body as you allow your body to rise all the way up. Hands press above the crown of the head and bring them to the heart center. Bend the knees and we're going to come into a chair pose. Any place with your hands, you can keep them at heart center if the shoulders are getting involved. We're going to press through both heels. Squeeze the knees. Now push up to stand on an inhale. And then exhale, coming back down to chair pose. Inhale. Find length. Squeeze the glutes. Exhale. Now torso is directly in line with the hips. Don't lean forward. Inhale. And then exhale. Sink back down. We're going to stay here. Moving the palms any place again, and then exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, find length halfway, and exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Once again, the chest is leading you long, and then exhale, hands to heart. We're going to step back with our left foot and we're going to pivot 90 degrees. And you're going to take the left toes out for archer. We're going to bend deep into the left knee. Now 45 degrees with the toes. Make sure that left knee is directly in line with those toes. Press strong through the right blade of the foot. Inner arch on the right is lifting up. Strong legs and squeeze your glutes. Anything with your arms, I am pulling an archer, so my thumbs are inside my fist. My left fist is in front of my shoulder, and my right arm is right directly in line with my right shoulder, kind of like a warrior two, but this is more an advanced version. Shoulders moving down, and legs are still strong. Low side lunge, we're going to release, and we're going to take the left elbow to the inside of the left knee. Grab where you can on the left leg, ankle, the calf, or you can always take a block at any level and take that left palm flat. You want your shoulders and your hips directly in line. So same legs as archer. And all three diaphragms are facing the mat and feeling length so you can breathe. Tendency here is to move the torso towards that left inner thigh. You want to keep that steady and in line. And go ahead and release. We're going to inhale and then exhale, grab the hips. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Prepping ourselves for the other side. Right side, archer, Ujjrasana. Right toes, 45, bend the knee in line with the ankle. Left leg super strong, glutes are squeezing, and pull in archer. Right fist in front of the right shoulder. Left arm in line with the left shoulder. And you're gazing over that left shoulder. Close your eyes so you can really feel this archer. Strong arms, soft shoulders, belly pulling in. Breathe. Go ahead and release and come into low side lunge. So once again, you're going to keep the legs directly the exact same way. And you're just only hinging at the hips, bringing yourself forward. Your shoulders moving towards the hips. Your right elbow is on the inside of the right knee. And that elbow has purpose. It's pressing the right knee behind you As you allow the torso to feel length, again, breathing. Inner thighs are always moving towards the groin. You're breathing and you're feeling light in the torso. And go ahead and come out and make the toes come in towards each other, heels out. We're going to inhale here. And exhale, grab the hands around the waist. Strong legs. Rise the body up on an inhale. You can jump your legs together or you can just walk your feet together. Coming into a balancing pose. We're going to come into eagle. Standing on that right leg, you're going to take the left leg, wrap it up and over the right leg. Smash the hamstring on the left leg down on the right quad. Squeeze the legs. You can always take a block underneath the right toe, or take the wall and use the wall to balance. Left arm underneath the right if you'd like for eagle arms, or hands to center. You really want to press the arms away from the nose. And then relax and coming out just the way you came in, carefully and mindfully, setting up for the other side. Right leg wrapping up and over the left. Feel length in the torso. Don't let it fold over. You're keeping the shoulders in line with the hips. It's much harder. So this is eagle. Feel yourself here. Right arm is wrapped underneath the left if you're doing arms. Relax those shoulders. Pull the engagement of the core in. And slowly, mindfully, coming back out. You can jump to a wide leg straddle, hands on hips, toes in, heels out. Inhale, open the chest, mini back bend, squeeze those elbows towards each other, and exhale, fold. We're going to come into a frog position. You can roll your blanket up or your mat up or keep something on the knees. This may be too much. So you can always take those modifications. I'm going to take the knees out and in line with the hips. Tendency here is to rest the hips behind the knees. You're allowing gravity to come into the body. And you're allowing your legs to still stay strong, so keep squeezing the inner thighs. And you're staying here. Be willing to stay. Be willing to follow just the sound of the breath. Now, as gracefully as you can, begin to make your way to a wide leg forward fold, standing at 90 degrees once again. Toes in, heels out. We're going to inhale, move towards the front of the mat, and step your feet together for a forward fold. Inhaling halfway. And exhale, step your feet back for a plank position. Strong legs, squeeze glutes. Exhale, down dog. Move the shoulders down the back. Core tight. Inhale, high plank pose, gaze forward. We're going to lift that left leg. We're going to bring the left knee above the right elbow and lean forward, chaturanga arms, bending the arms. Inhale, lift that left leg, bend the knee. You can stay here. You can come down to the right forearm, or if you'd like to flip over into a back bend. And returning to a down dog. Repeating the other side. Inhale, high plank. Lift that right leg, squeeze the right glute, and draw the right knee above the left elbow. Bend arms if it's too easy, but keep those elbows moving back. Inhale, find length, 3-point. Come down to the forearm or flip over, whatever you did on the other side. Keep strong left leg, left heel pressing down. And breathe. And return, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Coming down to forearm plank. Wrists and elbows are aligned. You can always take a block in between the thumbs and the index finger to keep them aligned. Strong core. Move everything into the core and out of the shoulders. Squeeze glutes. And come down to the knees and come all the way to the belly carefully. For a shoulder stretch, you're going to take the left arm, very important here, take the left arm in line with the forehead, reach it long, and we're going to roll over to the left side, bend both knees into a fetal position. If it's too much, you come back and lay on your belly and extend that left arm. If this is good, with knees coming into a fetal position, you stay. You keep your head in line with your spine. If you'd like more, you can always take the right knee up to the ceiling, right foot coming down on the floor. The more you let go in your low back, the more the breath is able to breathe. But don't go so far where you can't breathe. It's no good for your shoulder. If you want both knees up, you can. If you know more deep variations, just make sure you are using strength at the same time opening. Yoga is a paradox. That right shoulder is pressing down into the left shoulder blade as well. So make sure you're using activity here. Press that left palm down. Close the eyes. This is very tender to the shoulder, so you really want to make sure that you are allowing your body to open safely. Coming out as you exhale. And we're going to move to the other side. Reach the palm in line with the forehead. Roll onto the right side and lift the neck in line with the spine. Go where both shoulders tell you to go. If you cannot deep breathe, go to a place where you can feel the breath entering throughout the rib cage, down to the right hip, and slowly and eventually that left hip will begin to fall towards the floor, allowing a release in the low back. Keep pressing that left shoulder blade into the right. You can keep your left palm in front of the chest and onto the floor, or take it to the left hip. You're opening the right shoulder, so make sure the neck is lifted and you're using the strength of the neck to allow the shoulder to open correctly. Don't put your head on a block. Breathe. Feel. And slowly, as you exhale, release. Bring the hands to the rib cage, 90 degrees underneath the elbows. Inhale, open for up dog. Squeeze the glutes, lift the legs, toes pointing down or pressing down. You can always come to cobra. Your choice, Sphinx, cobra, up dog, anytime. Release. Prepping for a back bend. For bow pose. There's other back bends if you'd like to, go for it. I'm going to grab my feet at the same time and I'm getting to kick into my hands. My big toes are touching. And keep the chin slightly in. Allow the chest to open. Allow the rib cage to slowly come off the floor. Knees continuing to move towards each other and squeeze those glutes. As you exhale, release. And press yourself to a child's pose just for a few breaths. And we're going to come up, cross out our ankles, and have a seat. Go ahead and come all the way down to your spine, very carefully. Setting up for a bridge position, heels in line with sit bones. Press the palms into the earth by the hips and lift the hips all the way up. Squeeze the glutes and feel tailbone moving long towards the calves. Shoulders moving towards the heels, heels moving towards the shoulders. Take the low back, or take the low part of the neck. Take the neck and press it down into the earth. At any point, if it feels too much for the low back, then you've gone too far. Slightly take the glutes a little lower and squeeze more of the glutes, rather lifting higher. And if this is a practice that you would like to be done, you take a block underneath the sacrum part and rest your hips down. And slowly releasing, bringing each vertebrae down carefully. Take a breath. And begin lifting up on the next inhale. Squeezing the glutes. And again, feeling length on both sides of the body. It's a good 5 breaths every time you rise. As you exhale, slowly and carefully coming all the way back down. Pushing through the feet, push through the hands and come back up. Next bridge. Now you can take it a little further by interlacing the fingers underneath the glutes. Press the wrist down. Or you can take the hands to the ankles. Just make sure the knees in line with the ankles the whole time. If you want to take this to full wheel, you can. Just a back bend, a deeper version. pose, you're looking to feel extension and change. Maybe not physically, but change with the mind, change with the breath. Go ahead and release. Take that breath there. And go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. And come to happy baby. Grabbing onto the blades of the feet, bend the knees into the armpits, and take the load back down, shoulders down, relax them, let the head drop even more heavy. And go ahead and release. We're going to rock ourselves all the way up to a forward fold. Any forward fold here, I'm doing a wide leg straddle. You can bring your legs together. You can do a butterfly for Baddha Konasana. Any forward fold to compensate for the back bending. Make sure that the forehead is rested somewhere. You have the options for blocks. Take the forehead on a block. You can take this pose and keep it active, or you can simply just fold. And slowly coming back up, manually bringing the legs together if they're in a wide leg straddle. And we're going to have a seated twist. So bend the left knee, bring the left heel close to the right glute, and take the right leg up and over the left. Take an inhale and exhale, twist over towards the right. You can always modify by extending the left leg nice and long. And you can sit on a block to elevate the hips. It allows the twist to begin and not begin in the low back. So make sure that you're rocking yourself forward as you're twisting towards the right. Keeping your gaze moving towards the back, right shoulder. Slowly bringing the gaze back and release. And other side. Switch sides. Take that right knee, bend it, left leg up and over, and begin twisting. Very carefully make sure that those shoulders are in line with both sits bones and both sits bones are pressing down. You want to breathe deep. And yoga is like a puzzle. You start breathing deep, you start figuring out where your body will release. It's the responsibility on your part. And sometimes you get out of your comfort zone. It's great to know that when we breathe deeper and calm the mind, the body will speak to you on where it can go and where it will go if you just allow yourself to do it. but no forcing. Coming back, releasing, and prepping ourselves for Shavasana. Taking blocks underneath the knees. Wherever you'd like to go here. If there's some other place that you want to take, about another couple breaths, shoulder stand, fish, any other inversion, you're welcome to. But you take your Shavasana, allow your toes to drop, allow your body to feel heavy, and allow the Ujjayi breathing, that heavy restriction in the back of the throat, to be done. You allow your breath to return back to normal. There's no more thinking. In that deep breathing, there's a lot of thinking and concentration. So this Shavasana is allowed to be done. Your body is at rest. So be at rest. Begin to slowly deepen the breath. No sudden movements, no changing in the body, just deep breathing here. Feel where the breath will go. And move the toes, the ankles, the fingers, and the wrists. You can bend the knees, bend the elbows. Bring the knees into the chest, however you'd like to. Come up to a seated position. Sitting comfortably, crisscross in a lotus position, and bring the hands to the heart, tall spine, pressing the chest into the thumbs, and the thumbs pressing into the chest. cleansing breath. And thanks for joining me.